Hey guys, it's me, Mario. Today we're going to continue Blaze, the Ice Dragon. Chapter 8, EPOS's Prison. EPOS Imprisoned. How you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let me turn down the music. And let's get this started. Gotta clear my throat. Chapter 8, EPOS Imprisoned. The air grew even colder as they climbed up the winding path of the barren slopes. It was as though all the laws of nature had been turned upside down. As they headed towards the crater's edge, the shrieking wind stung Tom's eyes and carried his breath away in icy currents. They looked over at Elena, and he looked over at Elena and saw that her lips had started to turn purple. Are you all right to go on? He shouted above the wind. But while I can still fire an arrow, I won't stop. She called back. Pain throbbed in Tom's legs as he picked his way over the final yards to the edge of the crater. Long ago, he watched EPOS majestically rise from this very spot. Her ruby red feathers aflame and her talons dipped in gold. Where was she now? Elena reached his side, the wind lashing her hair across her pale face. They both peered into the chasm below. Tom's heart filled with despair. The shallow sides of the crater were covered in crystals of ice. Great blue-white columns rose up from the depths like towers of diamonds. The lava pool, which should have been bubbling at the bottom of the crater, was completely made of obsidian, and there, below the surface, was a sight that made Tom more despairing still. EPOS, her mighty wings spread wide, was trapped under an ice shelf. Poor EPOS, gasped Elena. Only Marvel could be so cruel. Tom was almost speechless with anger. We have to rescue her. Blaze was nowhere to be seen, so they began to climb down the steep walls of the crater, placing each foot with care. EPOS glided up to the roof of her frozen prison. A fireball like a miniature sun formed between her talons, and she hurled it against her ice shelf. She's trying to escape, said Elena. EPOS did the same again, and this time Tal saw a tiny crack appear in the frozen sheet. They reached the flatter ground, by the frozen lava. Obsidian. And watched as another of the Flamebird's furious orbs hit the ice, causing a second fissure to appear in the ice shelf. "It's working," said Elena. "One more time, EPOS," said Tom urgently. "You can do this." As the fourth fireball was growing between the Flamebird's talons, a roar from above shook the walls of the volcano. Tom looked up. Blaze was diving towards them, his mouth open wide, razor-sharp teeth dripping with drool, and his human eyes glinting with furious intent. Mauville's cackle echoed around the crater. The beast swooped past them, a surge of icy air blasting from his jaws, which he directed over the ice shelf. Tom felt his heart sink. The frozen sheet was now twice as thick. EPOS's fireballs were having little effort on the toughened barrier. But still she tried, hurling another fireball after fireball against the ice. Each time it looked as if her efforts might succeed. The beast blew more freezing air to cut off her escape. Blaze seemed only interested in keeping EPOS, the Flamebird, imprisoned, and paid no attention to Tom or Elena. "There must be a way to stop Blaze," said Elena. We don't have to stop him necessarily," said Tom. "We just have to keep him busy and give EPOS a chance to escape. Can you distract him long enough for me to get down to the ice shelf?" Elena had strung another arrow before the words were out of his mouth. "Good," he said. "Get Blaze's attention." And here is Blaze strengthening the ice shelf that EPOS is trapped under. While EPOS is trying to escape with her fireballs. Elena loosened another arrow across the cavern at the dragon, and Blaze shrieked in pain as it found its mark in his side. Tom began scrambling down to the ice shelf, sliding over the slippery ground. He saw Elena fire another arrow, but this time Blaze shifted into his ghostly form, and it passed straight through him. Tom was now down on the ice shelf. Seeing him so close, EPOS hurled another fireball at the shelf. "Look out!" Tom heard Elena call. He turned to see Blaze flying right at him. He dived aside as a blast of ice shot from the dragon's mouth. Tom sprung up and lunged at the beast. He swung his sword as the dragon wheeled in the air. But at the last instant, Blaze became a ghost and the blade passed right through him. With another freezing blast, the dragon had reinforced the ice shelf. The ice barrier. How can I defeat this beast? Tom wondered. I can't even get near him. Undaunted, EPOS lit another fireball, the bright light shining through the ice and casting Tom's shadow into the volcano's walls. Tom saw Blaze coming at him again, and he sprung up, trying to drive the point at his sword into the dragon's heart. Once more, Blaze assumed his ghostly form, and the attack was in vain. The evil beast hovered semi-transparent, just above Tubbs's head. "Out of tricks," Melville's voice sneered. Tubbs's anger took over, and he slashed his sword wildly at the air. Out of the corner of his eye, Tom saw his shadow make the same movement, and to his surprise, Blaze shrieked and writhed. It was as though the blade of Tom's shadow had somehow connected with the ghost beast. A fat drop of blue blood dripped from Blaze's scales. Tom's eyes were drawn to EPOS. For some reason, the flame bird was clutching a fireball, but hadn't thrown it. The light from the fireball meant that Tom cast a looming shadow on the walls of the volcano. Could it be? Yes, EPOS was telling him something important. Tom stabbed wildly again, and his shadow's blade connected with the ghost beast. Blaze roared with pain for a second time, confusion showing in his glinting eyes. But Tom wasn't confused. He now understood why EPOS was holding the fireball. It made Tom's shadow permanent. His skin tingled as he realized what this meant. I might not be able to fight the ghost beast, he thought, but my shadow can. And that was chapter 8. EPOS Imprisoned. Add. Well. Ooh, excuse me. I had a little snack before this. But yeah. Glad they immediately figured out how to defeat him. I love dragons so much. And they did put, like, a wyvern, four-legged dragon with wings, a Chinese dragon, which is Blaze here, and a Hydra, which was Narga, I believe. Oh yeah, and a sea serpent, which is also a dragon, I believe. I'm not sure though. Sepron is probably a sea serpent dragon. I believe sea serpents are dragons, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I also hope you like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I got. I'm very grateful and thankful that I reached over 90, I believe. I think I have over 90 now. Let me check real quick. Let me check, it only takes a second. Actually takes more than a second. Never mind. Yeah, around 90, I think. Yeah, 90. I just reached 90. Thank you guys for 90 subscribers. And I hope you enjoy more of my reading. Right. See you in a couple hours because I'm gonna make a second one because I forgot to do it on Thursday. This was supposed to be coming out on Thursday, so yeah. Hope you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.